What if I told you that Allah is helping you secretly every day, in ways you may not even realize? Life can feel overwhelming at times, with challenges that seem impossible to overcome. But what if those very obstacles are being eased in ways that only Allah can orchestrate? From unexpected moments of protection that save you from harm, to feeling a sudden strength during your darkest hours, these are signs that Allah's mercy is always at work. You might meet the right person at the right time, or find yourself being guided to the best decisions with a sense of peace you can't explain. Sometimes the hardest paths become easier, and solutions to problems appear out of nowhere. These are all signs that Allah is actively supporting you. You may not always see it at first, but Allah's help is present, guiding you, protecting you, and strengthening you through every trial. His signs come in subtle, quiet ways that require faith and reflection to truly understand. And it's in these moments that you'll realize how deeply He is involved in every aspect of your life. Sign 1. Unexpected ease. One of the ways Allah helps us is by granting unexpected ease in challenging situations. When something feels impossible or overwhelming, you might suddenly notice things falling into place without much effort. For instance, a problem you've been struggling with might solve itself, or you could gain an idea or insight that simplifies everything. Sometimes, you meet the right person at the perfect time who offers exactly the help or advice you need. Even daunting tasks might proceed smoothly, with minimal obstacles in your way. You may receive resources, information, or opportunities seemingly out of nowhere that make the journey easier. This ease isn't always dramatic or obvious. It can be as subtle as avoiding delays, finding clarity when you're confused, or noticing that events align in a way you couldn't have planned. A job interview you were nervous about might turn into a pleasant conversation, or a difficult conversation you've been dreading could unfold naturally. When Allah is assisting you, even small blessings, like an unexpected moment of peace or a comforting word, can have a huge impact. It's a reminder that Allah's plan is always in motion and His mercy is constant. While we often expect help in big, visible ways, His assistance can be quiet and gentle, shaping the path ahead so that what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. This ease is a gift, a sign of Allah's presence, and an encouragement to trust Him fully. Sign 2. Right people at the right time. One of the most beautiful signs of Allah's help is when the right people cross your path exactly when you need them. You might be facing a challenge or feeling lost, and suddenly someone appears with the perfect advice, guidance, or support. It could be a friend, a family member, a teacher, or even a stranger who says something that profoundly impacts you. Sometimes, these people are sent to remind you of Allah, to bring you back to the right path, or to simply give you strength and reassurance in difficult moments. For example, you might be struggling with a problem and unexpectedly meet someone who has been through the same situation and can offer wisdom. Or you might connect with someone who introduces you to opportunities or ideas that transform your life. Even casual conversations can contain powerful messages that feel tailored to your situation. These connections are not mere coincidences. They are part of Allah's divine plan to guide you, protect you, or show you the way forward. The timing, the words spoken, and the impact they have on your heart are all perfectly orchestrated. When you reflect on these encounters, you'll often see how they came at just the right moment, reminding you that Allah is always aware of your needs and actively helping you through the people He sends your way. Sign 3. Unexplainable protection. One of the subtle ways Allah helps is through unexplainable protection, shielding you from harm in ways you might not even notice at first. Sometimes, you may avoid an accident or danger without realizing how close it was until later. For example, missing a bus might feel like an inconvenience, but later, you learn that it saved you from being in a risky situation. Similarly, delays, cancellations, or disruptions that initially seem frustrating might actually be divine interventions keeping you safe. You might also notice that certain toxic relationships or harmful opportunities seem to slip out of your reach, even when you were pursuing them. This is Allah's way of protecting you from what isn't good for you, even if you don't understand it in the moment. Sometimes, it's as if an invisible barrier prevents you from being in the wrong place at the wrong time, or you feel a strong inner urge to avoid a particular situation, only to realize later that it was the right decision. This unexplainable protection is a reminder of Allah's watchful care, even when you aren't aware of the dangers around you. It's His mercy working behind the scenes, ensuring that you are kept safe and guided toward what is best for you. Reflecting on these moments fills the heart with gratitude, knowing that Allah is always protecting and looking out for you in ways you may never fully see. Sign 4. Strength in hardship. One of the clearest signs of Allah's help is when you find unexpected strength during difficult times. When life feels overwhelming and you think you won't be able to endure, you somehow manage to keep going. This strength isn't just physical or mental. It's a deep, unshakable inner resilience that allows you to face challenges with patience and hope. You might cry, struggle, or feel exhausted, but you don't break. Instead, you keep moving forward, even if it's one small step at a time. Often, this strength comes in ways you don't expect. It could be a sense of calm in the middle of chaos, a small moment of joy that lightens your heart, or a comforting realization that Allah is with you. You may find yourself drawn to prayer, where you feel a relief that words can't explain, or you might gain clarity about how to navigate your challenges. Sometimes, even after a long period of difficulty, you look back and wonder how you managed to survive, and that's when you recognize Allah's support carrying you through. This strength is a form of divine assistance, reminding you that Allah never burdens a soul beyond what it can bear. It's a sign that He is close to you, giving you the patience, courage, and guidance needed to endure and grow through your struggles. Through hardship, He strengthens your faith and builds your character, showing that every test comes with a purpose and a promise of ease to follow. Sign 5. Intuitive guidance. Allah often helps us through a strong inner feeling or intuition, guiding us toward what's right and away from harm. You might suddenly feel compelled to take a particular action or avoid a certain situation, even if it doesn't make sense at the time. This guidance can come as a deep sense of peace about one option or discomfort about another, as if your heart knows what your mind cannot yet see. For instance, you may hesitate to accept an opportunity that seems appealing, but later realize it wouldn't have been good for you. Or you might feel an unshakable pull toward a path that turns out to be the best decision for your growth and well-being. These moments of intuitive clarity are subtle yet profound, aligning you with what Allah has decreed for your benefit. This guidance often comes when you sincerely pray for direction or when you're striving to live in a way that pleases Allah. It's a way of Allah answering your dua, helping you navigate life's uncertainties with wisdom. Trusting these feelings, especially when paired with prayer and reflection, is a reminder of Allah's closeness and His active role in steering you toward what is best for your dunya and akhirah. Sign 6. Opportunities after rejection. One of the profound ways Allah secretly helps us is through rejection or failure, even though it can feel deeply discouraging at the time. When a door closes, whether it's losing a job, being denied admission, or missing out on something you deeply desired, it's natural to feel disappointed. But often, this is Allah's way of protecting you from what isn't good for you and redirecting you to something far better. For example, you might be rejected from a job, only to later find one that not only suits your skills, but also aligns with your values and brings you unexpected blessings. Rejection often teaches patience and strengthens faith because it forces us to rely on Allah and His plan, rather than our limited understanding. What you once saw as a loss may, over time, reveal itself as a blessing. Perhaps the opportunity you wanted would have brought unforeseen challenges, stress, or even harm that you were unaware of. In hindsight, you'll often see how the rejection paved the way for something greater, whether it's personal growth, a better opportunity, or a chance to realign your life's purpose. Sometimes, rejection comes as a delay, testing your perseverance and trust in Allah. During these moments, you might learn new skills, build resilience, or strengthen your relationship with Him. When the right opportunity finally arrives, you'll often find that you're better prepared for it than you were before. Allah's rejections are never a punishment. They are redirections, rooted in His infinite wisdom and mercy. While you may not understand it at first, the beauty of Allah's plan often becomes clear in time, reminding you that His knowledge surpasses all and His help is always near. Sign 7. People's hearts open to you. A subtle but powerful sign that Allah is helping you is when people unexpectedly show you kindness, generosity, or support without you even asking for it. You might find someone going out of their way to assist you in a difficult situation, offering encouragement during a tough time, or extending a hand of friendship when you feel alone. This could come from close family, friends, colleagues, or even complete strangers, and their actions often seem perfectly timed to meet your needs. For example, someone might offer to help with a task that feels overwhelming, share advice that provides clarity, or give you something you didn't even realize you needed. These moments often feel like small miracles, as if Allah has softened the hearts of others toward you to ease your burdens. Even when you've made mistakes or feel unworthy of kindness, Allah can use others to remind you of His mercy and care. This help can also manifest as people being more understanding and forgiving toward you, or as sudden, unexpected opportunities that come through someone's recommendation or support. It's a way Allah provides relief and assistance, showing you that He is aware of your struggles and sends help through those around you. These interactions not only uplift you, but also strengthen your faith, reminding you that Allah's mercy works through His creation in beautiful, interconnected ways. Sign 8. Protected from sin. One of the subtle ways Allah helps you is by keeping you away from sin, even when you might be tempted or unaware of the harm. Sometimes opportunities to engage in wrongdoing are removed in ways you don't expect. Perhaps an event gets canceled, a plan falls through, or you suddenly feel an inner reluctance to go through with something. These moments may feel frustrating initially, but they are often Allah's way of protecting your faith and guiding you toward what is better. For instance, you might be tempted to make a decision that compromises your values, but circumstances arise that block your path, steering you back to righteousness. Other times, you might feel a sudden realization or guilt before acting, causing you to rethink and avoid the sin altogether. This isn't coincidence. It's a sign that Allah is looking out for you, softening your heart, and keeping you from harm in ways you might not even recognize. Such protection can also come through people who remind you of Allah, or situations that make you pause and reflect before acting impulsively. It's a reminder of Allah's mercy, even when you may have strayed or been unaware of the consequences of your actions. This guidance shows His deep care for you, preserving your connection to Him and helping you stay on the straight path. These are signs that Allah's mercy is always at work. You might meet the right person at the right time, or find yourself being guided to the best decisions with a sense of peace you can't explain. Sometimes, the hardest paths become easier, and solutions to problems appear out of nowhere. These are all signs that Allah is actively supporting you. You may not always see it at first, but Allah's help is present, guiding you, protecting you, and strengthening you through every trial.